Hello and welcome to Gentle Stretch class. So just take a moment to make sure that you've got all the cushions, blankets, whatever you like to use so that you're really comfortable as you sit here. And then just allow yourself a moment to settle into your bodies. Maybe there's a little bit of organic movement that needs to happen, rolling of shoulders, of moving the head and the neck. And just allowing yourself to really think of the rib cage stacking over the hips, of the spine being long and straight here. And then either close your eyes or soften your gaze as you take a moment to let whatever went before just kind of go, or just leave it for a moment and bring yourself into this present moment of you just being here on a chair or on a mat or on the floor and just beginning the class. And then just allowing yourself to tune into your breath, finding out exactly where you're breathing, and just letting it naturally deepen. We'll just place both hands onto our navel and just let the breath go in and out here. And just seeing that as we exhale, see about just allowing this navel to go straight back towards the spine. So feeling that engagement of the abdominal muscles and the core muscles with the breath. Breathing in, just allow it to release. Feel that breath going into the sides and the back of the body. And exhaling, just allowing it to engage again. Thinking of that navel going straight back. Maybe even think of pulling a zipper up to meet the navel. And just feeling the shifts and changes that happen as you breathe and engage your core muscles. So feel that lengthening and support of that lower back. See if you can make sure that those hip flexors are relaxed, maybe even transferring one hand to the hip flexors to remind them just to let go. If you're finding it hard to connect to this breath as you sit here, feel free to take a moment and lie down. And just lie in semi-supine, so that's with your feet flat on the floor and the knees facing the ceiling. And just allowing yourself to explore this breath, this supported breath. Feeling how strong it makes you internally, and that frees up the rest of your joints. Supporting the spine, letting the hips release, letting the shoulders relaxed. Softening the front and back of the neck and the jaw. Letting the bones of the legs be heavy into the floor or heavy on your chair, or heavy dropping down through the feet into the floor if you're lying down. And then the next time that you inhale, just think of only releasing 3/4 of these core muscles. So imagining that the lower quarters remain engaged. So, if you're thinking of a zipper, you're keeping the zipper partway up and you're kind of keeping the tie partway engaged and low, so that you can still breathe deeply into the diaphragm, deeply into the ribs. And you still let all of the air out. So there's still very deep breathing going on here, but you just kind of think internally you've got that lower quarter supporting you the whole time. And then the rest, the 3/4, engages as you exhale. So just have a moment just to breathe here like this. And just asking your body to keep this supported breath going throughout the rest of the practice. And then very gently rolling onto one side if you're lying down. And then bringing yourself back up to seated. And then from there, just letting your hands join together, palms together, breathing here. As you exhale, engage the core muscles again, and then just let your hands release and allow yourself to tilt forward. So if you're sitting on a chair, your hands would just go into your thighs and you'd tilt forward. I'm just turning to the side so it's easier to see. If you're here, and then some people are really flexible in the hips and lower back and hamstrings, and so you might find that you can actually release forward even more. You can allow your head to drop, and just so that the spine curves a little. And then just breathe here with that supported breath, just checking in that the shoulders are relaxed here, whatever place that your spine is, so that you're comfortable here. Think of the shoulder blades sliding down towards the waist. And then inhale gently, let the back of the head bring you all the way back up, so you end up with a straight spine. And as you exhale, unwind your legs, so you end up with your legs lengthened out, and your feet can be bent, knees can be bent here too, feet are flexed. You're going to inhale and do the same thing. I'm actually going to turn to the side so you can see. So we're exhale, tilting forward from the pelvis, engaging the core muscles, and just releasing over, just exploring the use of the core muscles. I know we've done it. We've used them so many times before, but sometimes it's good just to kind of focus on just them and going into familiar poses. Deep, full breaths, relaxing the shoulders. Of course, the legs can be long. You can have arms or hands underneath them as well if you like. Don't feel you need to tilt forward very far, but do make sure that you're tilting forward from the pelvis and then not from the lower back. So we're not getting a rounded back, we're staying with a long spine. Using our core muscles here. One more breath. And then inhale, gently bringing yourself back. Just plant the hands beside you. And it can be fists on the floor. And we're just going to sit here in Tadasana for a second. Knees can be bent or straight. This is staff pose. And then just breathe deeply in and out. Again, let that focus be on the core muscles. Feel the strength. Feel the weight dropping into the floor. Good. One more breath here. And then inhale. Gently, a little roll of the shoulders up and down, a little shake of the legs. And then just sitting either cross-legged or straight on, keeping the legs straight if you prefer. From here, we're just going to allow ourselves to explore the 6 movements of the spine. I'm just going to move gently over to the left. Just so that it's easier for you to see for the first one. So you plant the right hand. Everybody's done this one before, but focus on the spine today. So we inhale, exhaling, engage the core muscles, and we release over. So see the way that the spine is now curving towards the right side. Left arm can go where you like. You can even bend it and let the elbow be high. And it can be out to the side, hand onto the shoulder, extended up, whatever, or extended towards the right, whatever suits your body. And then now you've got the spine, the sense of where the spine is, the sense of how the spine is curving. Think of being heavy in that left hip and think of just using the supported breath to engage the core. And of course, you can do this one on the chair where the right hand would go onto a chair leg or the side of the chair and you'd lean over towards the right. Then we inhale, bring ourselves back up. We keep all of this length. We let the right hand move behind us. Maybe it's in a fist, maybe it's holding onto the back of the chair, and the left hand goes onto the right leg. So now do you see that we're kind of nearly like a corkscrew round? Most of the twist is happening above the waist in the thoracic part of the spine. Stay relaxed in that left hip. So release here. Use your core muscles and allow yourself just to look straight to the right or begin to look over the right shoulder. Go with what feels right in the neck. Relax the jaw. Use the deep, full, supported breath. And then inhale, let the left hand rest on the right leg so you can lean over to the left and let the right arm just float up wherever it likes. Little rotation of the wrist now, relaxing the shoulders. Make sure that head and neck are comfortable here. and then rotate in the opposite direction. Still using the support of the breath and the core. And then inhale, bringing yourself back up. Cross the wrists over, so right goes over the left, and drop the chin to the chest. Good, so the spine is straight except for the neck. And allow your chin to tuck into the chest as much as is comfortable here. Maybe having a moment to think of the thyroid gland. And then inhale, interlacing the fingers. And now the movement is coming from the tailbone, exhaling round. So the tailbone is coming forward and the ribs are releasing back. Chin again is tucked into the chest, shoulders are relaxed. Core muscles are supporting us here as we breathe. Really enjoying the roundness of the spine, stretching, creating space between each vertebrae. And then inhaling, really feeling your sit bones on the floor. The arms can stay straight out, elbows bent, or you can reach them up towards the ceiling. Again, discovering that real length in the spine, letting the weight drop down through the hips, releasing the shoulders. Think of the connection between the tailbone and the crown of the head. Deep, full, supported breaths. And then inhale, releasing the arms. You can go to the side or behind you, but we're going to interlace our hands and then drop the knuckles down towards the floor. And it doesn't matter if they're not on the floor. They might be resting on a blanket or a cushion if you're sitting there. Good. And then just think of squeezing the shoulder blades together and opening up the chest. Breathing deeply in and out. Let me turn around the other way. And just making a note of which index finger is in front. And if you like, you can send your gaze up to the ceiling. And really think of opening up the front of the throat. So there's a slight lifting of the chin. Though the back of the neck is not closing, you're keeping it long. It's like as if I've put a ripe peach there that you don't want to squish. One more breath here. And then inhale, gently release. Little roll of the shoulders up and then shake them out. Good, just allow yourself to lengthen your legs, shake out. I'm going to pause the video for a second and we'll come back and do the other side. But have a moment to lie down or just shake the legs out and just become aware of the right side.